All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's call. My name is Leroy. I'm the host for our Monday presentation. So I welcome you with open arms to this amazing community that we have around a product that every single person on the planet, bar none, sorry, takes. Imagine something that some people detest the taste of and some people love it. And we've got something here, my friends, which not only improves the taste of the water you're taking, but it also adds so many more to it. And which is why we're seeing, and you're going to be hearing later on tonight from people who have, just like yourself, decided to try this product just as I did. And I'll be sharing, a bit about my journey and why I'm here on a Monday. So, first of all, I just want to thank you for giving up an hour, at least an hour of your time. Because it's Monday, we're going to be diving into the money side of things as well. And so, let's kick this presentation off. It says on the title there, the opportunity of a lifetime has arrived. My friends, I believe a product of a lifetime has arrived. I've been on this planet for decades and I'm so excited about what I've seen. I've seen many things come and go, fads and all sorts of stuff, but never seen a product. And I've seen water products in the past, joined companies, but I've never seen a product that has worked to the extent that this does. And you'll hear more as you stick around. So effective and essentially is what every single person on this planet needs with high quality water. So, not just an opportunity, but definitely a product of a lifetime has arrived. So, my friends, this is our kind of Western lifestyle diet, on every street corner. Even if you're not in the necessary Western world, this is a staple of highly processed foods and stuff that I like. I grew up eating this stuff. I'm always on the go. I'm not always the best person to stop and take time out. And so what generally happens is for me, grab something quick and easy that I can get. And there's no coincidence, there's no mistakes why these fast food chains or chicken chains or whatever are saturated on high streets all around the world, right? It's causing a major problem, my friends, to our health. And even if you are on the right hand side, somebody who's really conscious about getting your greens and you go and you get your best veg that you can, fruit and veg. The things are sprayed to death by the time you get them. So even when we get them into our household, there is something that we definitely need to do to even clean this up because of the pesticides and things of that nature. GMO, foods that are, you literally have to almost be a biochemist to look at products nowadays before you even put it in your mouth, right? So there's so many things we've got to be aware of in our modern day living. Ideally, if you're in a place where you can grow your own, then absolutely fantastic. So it's not just the extra burger or the extra chips or ice cream that's going to kill you, but what happens is this situation that we have in 21st century living. There's two things that this gentleman here won a Nobel Peace Prize almost 100 years ago on to deal with the acidity that's in our body. Okay, his thesis was on the primary cause and prevention of cancer. My friends, this is something that is rampant. I was speaking to a gentleman earlier today, and funerals this year, I've been to two in the last couple of weeks, right? And there's, people that are not of significant age, not even older than my parents, are passing away. And his thesis was in these two things back in 1931, my friends. The numbers and the cases of cancers back then compared to what we have now is a different ball game. All right. In his work, The Metabolism of Tumors, Otto Heinrich Warburg demonstrated that all forms of cancer develop due to two basic conditions. Excuse me, acidity of the blood, so acidosis, and lack of oxygen, hypoxia. So if you don't get anything from tonight, my friends, I want you to write this down, that our bodies need to be in an alkaline state. Okay, we've probably heard this for many years, and we know people who, when they're sick, we know they cannot have acidic foods around them. They know they cannot have acidic drinks around them. I was in the hospital in London just last month visiting my auntie, and on each table was, guess what? It wasn't Seven Up, and it wasn't Coca-Cola. Guess anybody dare to guess what was in their cups on each single person's uh, desk table? Answers on the postcard.
Water.
Yeah, water. Glenn, you win tonight's prize. It's absolutely right. Water. So they wasn't giving them stuff that's going to add more acidity, more sugars to their bodies, guys. Cancer cells feed off sugar. Sugars are rampant everywhere, right? Even though you try and cut them out, they are rampant everywhere. And so you do not want to put your body in a state of as to be acidic. You want it to be as alkaline as possible, whether you're eating foods or what you drink. But guess what? You may have that pop now and then. Not a problem. They ain't gonna finish you off. But it's the constant build up, and we're going to be talking about a lot of that today. So this is a great slide. I always love seeing this. When I was having was at a health event over the weekend, I picked up some samples, as you will, of different products, and one was just vibrant in orange in nature, ginger, turmeric, all this stuff. The other one, kale, and broccoli. It was just like all the things. Now, day to day, we know, ideally our plates should have all the different colors of the rainbow on our plate. Again, it's not necessarily easy to do, especially in this day-to-day living that we have, where it's a lot of time we're grinding, we're at it, and we get what's convenient a lot of the time, right? Some convenient starts, my friend, unfortunately comes with a price, and so we don't want this situation to happen. Okay, so on the left-hand side is what we want to see. This is what we have in our bodies. If somebody was to get their bloods done and actually see what was going on beyond the surface, they'll see that free radicals run through your body. Okay, and for those who don't know, free radical is an isolated oxygen atom, and too much of it is harmful to the body. You end up with the situation on the right hand side where it does damage to your cells. Now, the damage that takes place is under surface. We don't necessarily see it until it comes to the surface, bit like a pimple. Why do we get pimples? Some people just mask the pimple. They cover it to say, oh, you know what? I don't want people to see I've got pimples. But why did the pimple come in the first place? It's your body, excreting something, right? Or there's lack of thereof in your body. And if you have too much of that, you'll end up with a picture, that you may not want to have, right? If you don't want to look like the person on the right, then you need to reduce the amount of free radicals that are floating around in your body. Okay, when I was growing up, there was a statement, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? That might have been an apple back in the 70s. Now I'm giving away my age, right? Don't know about now. Probably like 10 apples, right? So who's going to eat 10 apples or more, right? Just to get to the same parity that we had decades ago. But this is what we have, my friends. The effects of free radicals and the negative effects of it. You don't want premature aging. If you see somebody who's clearly showing massive signs of aging way before their time, you'll be like, wow, what's happened? If you see somebody you ain't seen in a while, and their diet will probably give you a clear indication of it. But we know this industry, this multi-billion dollar industry on looking good, making your skin look younger than what it is. But if it's not getting to the root of the problem, my friends, this is why we're here tonight. I'm not here to tickle your fancy or, just spend an hour just talking stuff that's not going to make a difference in your life. Hopefully, by the time you leave this presentation today, there'll be things that you hopefully make a thought about, even if you don't move forward with what we're sharing with you. So, great question is, how can we reduce the acidity and free radicals in our body? Such a great question. We're going to go deeper dive into it, right? So we're going to talk about the chemical reaction in magnetized water. If any of you guys have heard magnetized water before, like me, I'd heard about it, heard about many different types of waters, but never really took the time to really stop and see, wow, the massive effects that it has on the body. So the chemical reaction of water when supermagnetized is known as water hydrolysis. Okay, so this is where H2O disassociates OH minus and H plus. Okay, so we're going to show you a bit more detail on that. where you've got hydrogen ions and hydrogen ions. And this is, something which is unbelievable. We've got a product, my friends, which will magnetize your water and some. You're going to see and hear more about that in a minute. So H2O, as I mentioned, dissociates into OH minus and H plus. This leaves behind clusters of hydrogen ions. And I'm going to show you a little demonstration of what happens when this situation builds up. Okay, the water that we're drinking, that we're getting, whether we're getting it from the high street, our favorite supermarket, we get that water. We don't know how long that water's been sitting there or whatever, but we buy it, and it's, for the most part, this is what we are. We become like the middleman or middlewoman. We're drinking the water, and we're drinking it, and sometimes we're not even drinking the levels that we should be drinking, but we're drinking it and we're not necessarily seeing the benefits of it. Now, I want to add something to the mix, guys, which makes this to an absolute game changer. When you have minerals in your water, it reacts to the hydrogen ions. Minerals and stuff was just like a general thing. Like, you wouldn't have to, like, when I go looking at my go to my local superstore, Walmart or wherever, and I look at the water, and guys, the price difference between some to the other is like 10 times. It could spend like cents on one and many dollars into the double figures on another, right? Why is that? Why is there such a disparity of different types of waters? You've got so many options there. You've got flavored, you've got pH ones, alkaline ones, all this stuff, guys. Very great on the surface. But again, if you don't have the right types of things in that water, you can have too much of something. And I want to talk about a friend of mine many years ago. I need to get him on one of these Zooms. Many years ago, I used to work at Goldman Sachs with him, and he would always go into the meeting rooms. We would set up these rooms, these offices or boardrooms, and he'll go around the water bottles and he'll be looking at them, and he'll be, yeah, this one's okay, and he'll be looking at another one and goes, nah, that's not okay. I was like, who are you, the the water inspector? And this guy had high blood pressure, right? I didn't know too much about high blood pressure back then. In my 20s, I know a lot more about it now, because unfortunately so many people are affected. And he was showing me the sodium levels in these water bottles, that the ones that, man, when they were crazy high, these will cause a major problem to somebody who's got, big HP levels. And anything else, you do not want to have too much of that in your body. And so you think you're drinking water, and and you're adding something not good to you. My friends, we're going to show you what calcium and magnesium, and when it's consumed with magnetized water, how it reduces your body's acidity. The two things I've been talking about, my friends. If you don't get anything else, just remember that. We want to reduce the amount of free radicals that's running around rampant, living free in your body. And we're going to do it by helping you reduce your levels of acidity. We want to, as much as possible, remove that from our diet. And we want to substitute that with some good stuff. Okay, so we have a really good way in which this is done. So I mentioned that the objective here, drinking your water, the hydrogen ions react with the excess free radicals in your body, forming water. Guys, this is an absolute game changer. Say what? So you drink this water, the hydrogen ions react with the excess free radicals, the ones we want to get out of our bodies, neutralizes them, and it allows us to form water. Absolute game changer, my friends. And you'll hear again from people who've been on this journey way longer than myself. I've only been on this journey since last month, and you're going to hear from many people who've been on this journey way longer than me, and the proof's in the pudding, my friends. So another quick test. Did you know 70% of your body is made up of water? Again, you probably heard these stats, and it's like, yeah, yada yada. And what happens generally is that most people, like me, right, to a month ago, I would struggle to drink more than a liter or so of water. Okay, it was a struggle. That sometimes the water I was getting, it was so bland, so dry. Tasting it was like, ugh. But I knew I needed to drink a decent amount of water. So problem A, was drinking enough. And so a lot of times people, they dehydrated. I met a lady at an event 2 weeks ago, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I only drink water when I feel thirsty." And my God, that was like alarm bells to me. I read a book many years ago called Your Body's Many Cries for Water, and when I read how the doctor went into different prisons treating inmates with all sorts of ailments due to lack of water. Unbelievable how he was able to treat them through their water. They weren't able to just go and, I don't know, pop to the high street and get some anodine or whatever, right? No, water. If they had a headache, a lot of the times your body's gonna try and find a way to get it, right? If your body's dehydrated, it's gonna try and grab the water. Your body's made up of water. We need to replenish it. All right. So again, you could be drinking a good amount. I wasn't until I came across this company, but you could be drinking the right amount. But as it says here, is the water you're drinking of good quality? That is the question, my friends. We're going to get to the bottom of that. So, water determines disease, water determines health. Appropriate, adequate water restores health, ionizes Okay, it seems like you have the gremlins at work here. I don't know what was going on there, guys, but it cannot stop the show. So I'm gonna share my screen again. Let me just. All right. So as you see here, my friends, your body needs water, and not just any water. Okay, as I've alluded to here, right? You want to give your body quality, not just quantity, quality, right? So what's the difference? There's water, as I mentioned, that does not hydrate. You could be drinking your levels and you're not getting hydrated. You still feel lethargic. And it's so funny. This morning I had to go for a scan, right? I mentioned to you guys before I had this pain and I have a yearly checkup, right? And so I had to get a scan done. I wasn't able to drink any water for 24, well, from at least 12 hours. And I tell you, I felt lethargic, man. I felt lethargic. And I couldn't drink my water until like after around midday. And it was like, man, I really missed it even. So water that hydrates makes such a massive difference to your body. Just imagine this, my friends. You know, you're seeing, wherever it may be in the world. I do love, when I share these slides, these beautiful falls around the world. Water's meant to be moving, it's meant to be vibrant, right? And so you can have you can have as close as you can get moving live water in your bottle at home with what I'm going to share with you, okay? But we want that water when you're at any place around the world, Niagara Falls, you know, down in Jamaica, Montego. No, it's not Montego Bay. I lie. Then now playing Dunn's River. Any river, any falls like that, I love. I stop. I drive. I could drive somewhere where I am, and there's a falls. I would want to stop there and just hang out. It's just brings you to life. This is what we're talking about, my friends. We don't want what you see on the right hand side. That's not living. That's not living water. That's dead as you can get, right? So we definitely don't want that. Imagine you spent good money. And one thing I know about people and working with people for decades, people pay attention to what they spend money on. Okay, so imagine you get a fish tank, right? And you spent money on this fish tank. It wasn't just given to you and you're just like, okay, I'll put it to one side. You went out there, you made the investment of getting this fish in the first place, right? And you decided, you know what? These fish don't need any oxygen. They don't need no clean water. They just, let them fend for themselves. And, I'll feed them whenever. You wouldn't do that, right? Well, if you wouldn't do that to something you spent your good hard-earned money on, why would you not do that to what God's given you? your body, which is worth way more, right? So we don't do it intentionally. We're not gonna say, oh, we're gonna do that. But if we could see what is going on in our bodies transparently, and we would make different decisions, 100%. But because we can't until it gets to the surface, and we don't want to be the people who, when it gets to the surface, we do something about it, because generally that could be a point where it's a bit too late for some people by the time it reaches the surface, and you have to take that visit to the people in white jackets, not the psychiatrists, but the other people, right? You don't want to go there. So prevention is better than cure, I've always been told. And so we're going to be talking about that. Again, this slide comes back, but I'm going to do it with a bit of movement, right? Bit of life. You can see that. It's beautiful. I want to be somewhere there now. So I better stop because I've got a presentation to finish. But this is a video. I'm not going to play this video. I'm actually going to play you a short breakdown of what happens with the water. My friends, I'm going to pause the recording right here because I want to play one that's actually got a visual on it that I can show you. So just bear with me 1 second. I'm going to stop the screen share and I'm going to just change that slide out because I do want to show you the actual vibrancy of what happens with the actual movement of the water. So let me just pause the recording real. All right, my friends. So each cell on your body, in your body, millions of cells, right? Red cells, white blood cells. I actually had a really good tip by a lady on the weekend talking about, you want to get more white blood cells, dose yourself with cold water and like that, almost that shock therapy, and then go hot again. I don't know if I tried it actually today. I was screaming like a girl, so that was enough for me. But let's just talk about your cells, okay? Your cells are so critical, like without a shadow of a doubt. Do what you can to look after them. But because we can't see them, my friends, we cannot see ourselves on a day-to-day basis until we get a blood test done and they look and they say, oh my goodness, this, why, that. But there are other things we can do which tells us what might be going on in our bodies. So there's three things that we're going to talk about. Nutrients in the cells, they need to be hydrated, guys. They need oxygen. And so each cell, as you see here has an entry point of where, all of this nutrients and stuff is going to go into it. So I'm going to show you the difference between magnetized water and water that has not been magnetized. Your regular bottled water, your regular treated water, whatever you have coming from your water tank. And they say the worst type of water is just straight out, tap water without any filtration whatsoever. For the most part, some countries are way better than others. All right. So let me just show you. Water without magnetic treatment, you've got hard water full of clusters, okay? So you have this, this preventative issue of enough water. Again, my background being IT, we talk about bottlenecks where, your system, your computer, you can have the best everything running on it, but if you've got like zero space on your hard drive, it's a bottleneck. Your computer's going to shut down on you. Same thing here, guys. If you've got your cells, they're all clustered together, and this is your cell. What's going to happen? They're not going to get in, guys. You've got this bottleneck right at the top, so you can't get the cells to be properly hydrated, which is what is exactly happening. And I didn't even know this until a month ago, but now I sound really clever about this because I'm sharing you this. But this was like, for me, why am I still feeling lethargic and stuff like that? A, I wasn't drinking enough water, but secondly, when I was up in my game, I still was feeling lethargic, and I was maybe getting a sugary drink, dare I say, or energy drink. Oh my gosh, don't judge me. Or Tim Hortons French vanilla. I mean, I'll stop there, right? You can see where I'm going with this. Anything sugary to give me that spike because the water wasn't doing what I was hoping it would do. So hard water full of clusters prevented the penetration of molecules into the pores of the membrane. This only gives it partial hydration, my friends. Partial hydration of the cells. So that's what happens when water that does, that's what happens when water that does not hydrate. Now, let's go to the right. Water with magnetic treatment. Look at that, my friends. Bingo. It's like Now we can move. They're not clustered together. And my friends, you know, I'm a sickle cell trait, which, and for those of you who know about sickle cell, if you've got full blown sickle cell, this is where your cells are clustered together, and it's a major problem. You know, people are so much pain they'll rather kill themselves because of that, right? So having that, knowing that your cells, your water is getting into the cells, they're getting penetrated with this water. This breaks it down. And so this product that we have, my friends, it's an absolute game changer. You know, you're going to see when you get it, if you haven't got it yet, when you get it, you're going to see that this infrared magnet that can sit in your water bottle, can sit in your tank at home, that breaks down the water, keeps it moving, keeps it alive. Okay. And that, by breaking it down, makes it light and absorbing. You know, before I went to London, I was hearing about, oh, how this water tastes so nice and how light it is and stuff like that. And I was, you know, I was like, these guys are making me sick. I'm here and I can't get my hands on the product. I needed to get my hands on the product. And guys, it was an absolute game changer, right? So the magnetization breaks up the clusters, decreasing water hardness, and it promotes hydration and total nutrition of the cells. Bingo, isn't that what we want? For me, I would pay any price for that. Knowing that where I was a month ago to where I am now, yeah, absolute game changer. So I'm not going to play that video. Let's move that on. I want to introduce you to this gentleman here. This gentleman is vitally crucial. I mean, the fact that 22 years ago, this gentleman from Brazil, he had a view on what he wanted to do regarding water. Okay, and he done some tests. And this is why now in 2026, almost 22 years ago, since this gentleman formed this company, he knew the dangers of consuming poor quality water over long periods of time. Mr. Carlos Henrique Pereira da Silva founded Timol. Now, what I love about this is that, you know, Simone, I don't know if she's on the call tonight, but she's in Brazil. She's met this gentleman. You know, this isn't just you know, a lot of times I go on these Zooms with different financial companies and stuff like that, and they make up the CEO just so that they can add credibility to what they're doing. My friends, this guy has been there. We heard a couple of weeks ago from his daughter, who's part of corporate in the company. And so we know there's that legacy of this product. This company has done major things, mainly in Brazil. And now we are knocking on the door because we want it as well, right? We want it in our countries. And this is where some of you are playing a vital role in this. So his goal, guys, was to provide quality and health of life through high quality water that truly hydrates. Okay, as we say, it does what it says on the tin. Simple as, right? So over 20 years in the market, you know, we've got scientific evidence and studies by major institutions, not just me telling you. I want you to not believe a word I say. Do your own due diligence. I need to up this slide. There's actually 52 articles and probably maybe more now published on Google Scholar. So for those of you who want to do your own due diligence, go online. You know, want you to come to your own conclusions. But like I said, my friends, I can talk about the how beautiful this Ferrari is. Actually, I'll talk about Porsches. Talk about how beautiful this Porsche is, how quick it can go from 0 to 60, and it won't mean nothing to you. You get behind that car and you do that and you see it's a different ball game. It's now your experience. So once you try this product, you have your own experience for everything I'm talking about right now. Okay, so certificate of integrity, I'm going to read that a bit later. I love reading it because it's, again, documentation beats conversation. I can talk about this with a lot of confidence because I've tried the product. To be honest, I was even talking confidently even before I tried the product because some of my friends had tried it, and what they were sharing with me, and somebody very close to me sharing it, and the pain she was going through with sciatica pain, that was enough. I was like, I need to get this product, my friend. So I think this may be the first time in human history I've been so excited about a product that I hadn't even tried myself. Just everybody's else excitement rubbed off on me, right? So to over 20 countries now, we're expanding, you know, we're getting the word out. People are feeling this from different countries around the world. Week upon week, we're inviting more people to learn about this. This is not something I want to keep a secret. You know, trust me, as long as God gives me breath, I'm going to be talking about this product everywhere I go, without a shadow of a doubt. So this is what I wanted to read to you, my friends. I want to read to the, and I do want to play a short video clip in a few slides time, so that I kind of want to really penetrate and drive the point home before, you know, you're going to hear some testimonials tonight on the call. And like I said, we are going to be talking about some of the ways you can actually earn money with us if you choose to. So, terms of suitability recognition. This is a really important document I want to read to you guys. The Parliamentary Front in Defense of Integrative Health Practices of the National Congress in its duties of recognizing suitable therapeutic systems and diagnosis acting within the scope of legalization and dissemination thereof in favor of those that have a scientific basis adopted by the international health community, mainly by World Health Organization, officially declares the recognition of the suitability of the Brazilian company Timol Ltda as the only one complying with the standards and requirements of this institution of adopting a system of method of magnetic water treatment or correction as a system or method of health protection and recovery with scientifically proven efficiency as a resource included in the framework of integrative health practices that make up the collection of methods and systems recognized in this parliamentary institution. Wow, that is a mouthful. And my friends, that I want to read every single time. You know what? It took 10 years for this to happen. So from 2004 to 2014, a decade later, the company got recognized. And now we are on a decade further from when that happened. The amount of lives that have been helped because of what I just read, because of this company. Okay, like I said, Timol recognized internationally. Okay, research, studies, institutions. You can check it out for your own good and your own self, right? So I'm going to share with you, drum roll please, this product. Timol is it's a combination of two products here. Okay, so this is a mega one. The blue is the Timol. It's magnetized. It's a magnet infrared that sits in your water bottle. We'll show you some different examples of how that works. And the green one is is where you've got the minerals, the calcium, the minerals. So the effects when you have that is alkalization in the body, in the blood, the increase in bone mineral mass, increase in blood oxidation, increase in minerals in the water by that top H plus. Okay, so that is really key what we're talking about on this slide here today, guys. So again, we've got different, before I move that slide on, we are here, we're not, you know, and again, you're going to hear testimonials, and we have to be, you know, reading this so that you know that all we're doing, guys, we're not here saying we're treating this, we're not doctors, we're not, you know, medical backgrounds. It's not intended to cure diseases, but to magnetize the water. So magnetized water will be an adjunct in health treatment and will improve the quality of life by reducing the acidity and free radicals in the body. Simple as that. Give your body what it needs, let the body take care of it from there. It will be like, thank you very much. I'll now take it from there. Our body's been amazingly, wonderfully made, my friends. So ease of use. You've got many different variations at your disposal. You like me, I go around with a liter now. Look at me, I'm boasting now. I had to buy a 2-liter water bottle. This is the guy that couldn't even drink more than a liter in a day. And I'm topping up a 2-liter bottle on a regular because how much I love drinking this water. All right, it's really a game changer. We had it without recently because a friend needed the product, and I gave up my product, and we noticed the difference. And after having it back, it was like, welcome back. You're not leaving our house again, right? So it is a game changer. Go online, do your searches for Timol. You're on YouTube or whatever, you're going to see many different testimonials about it. All right, so I'm going to stop the slideshow at this moment in time. I do want to play a short video in a minute, but guys, I know we have a couple of people that want to share. So this is one of my favorite times of the presentation, is hearing from other people besides myself. So I do believe we have Milanka is available. She's still on if she's on the call, I'm not seeing her. And we do, oh, I have seen her. So if you want to unmute yourself and put your camera on so we can see your lovely smiley face. and we do have somebody else as well. So if you want to go first, no, ladies first, over to you. Ah, there she is.
Hello.
Hey, welcome.
Hi. Good evening, everyone.
Good
How
evening.
are you doing today?
We are do well.
Hope
Awesome.
you guys doing very good. Sorry,
Awesome.
let me turn off the fan because Africa, it's very hot here.
You're trying to make us jealous, eh?
Kind
Yeah.
of. Just to relax a little bit. Yeah. um. Oh, this product, what I can say, amazing. Actually, you see, I got one of the bottles here because I want to meet two customers this afternoon.
It's
Yes.
Yeah, carry on. I'm not sure what that was, but carry on.
Oh, no, no, no. Say it. The small the mega. It's not mega. The small one.
Yeah, the mini.
Okay. The mini. Yeah, I'm kind of sleeping because I was kind of tired today. What I can say is this product is amazing. I keep see many people here doing very well. Uh, Last week, I found my auntie. I went to visit her. She has the knees is swelling, and I find some spot on the leg, and I just borrow one of the mini ones I have for myself. I just tell her, look, I'm gonna leave this one for 2 days, and she told me this spot's been itching me a lot. And when it's past like 2 days, I went there. No, she called me. She said, Milanka, you know what? I'm gonna buy the big one because I start seeing the effect is doing to me. Um, so I'm gonna buy for all my family. The itching stop and my legs is not swelling anymore. I start recovering, no pains. And I was feeling great because it's good when you help somebody. She's my dad's sister. I didn't remember she's has this condition because when I came like 3 weeks ago. I went there. She was telling me about the pain, but I was so concentrated something else. I could forget how she is supposed to introduce the water. But after a couple of weeks, I say, no, I need to go back. I'm going to give her my one. So she got a tasty and she see. And Bissau, Guinea-Bissau people, they kind of doubt. It's like me before. We had doubt in the first place. I couldn't believe it for for many months after I see my mom doing well. So I used to joke like miracle water. Every time my mom say, drink the water, I used to say, oh, mom, leave me with your miracle water. I also have a fun. But now uh, I'm going to show you guys. We don't live without this water. This is, you see, this is a big one. You guys can see.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have this one with me, and I have my small one. This is my small one. Oh, it's
Awesome.
empty now. So I always, always with my bottle, and all of my family, we doing great. I have my auntie, she suffered for cancer. On Portugal, they told us last summer we need to say goodbye to her because they couldn't do the treatment. The bones is very fragile. You need to have some strength to do a chemio. So the doctor say they cannot do the chemio because they're gonna kill her as soon as possible. There's no other chance anymore. And my mom like no because the daughter it didn't allow my mom to give our mom the water because she keeping saying, "Oh, I don't know what is this, if it's gonna kill my mom, blah blah." But as soon the doctor say she doesn't have any chance anymore, and the daughter come, they say, "My mom, auntie, we're gonna try." So she allowed my mom to give Arma the water. She recover. Now she's really lose the weight. But now she told me she's 60 kilo. She's weighing 60 kilo. So this moment, the doctor, they're gonna prepare her to start doing the chemo.
Wow.
And yeah, if I show you the picture before and now, you say no, I won't believe it. But they lose the chance before, like there's like no hope before.
Mm.
I'm really telling the people, buy try because uh, no, I think this product, like I said to people, is cheap for our
Mm.
health. It's very cheap because what they do, the benefit they give to you, is there's no money worth it. So I think this product is for me is very cheap. So I advise everyone, even if you don't go to the business side, try it. Give a chance to yourself. Give a chance to your family, and maybe you can help a lot of people as well. Because I've
Absolutely.
been helping people. Even one girl, she has a baby. I think last week they put on Facebook. I don't know that girl. They put on Facebook she need milk because she couldn't give it the breast to her baby because she has some spot on the body, and the doctor said they don't suppose they give milk the baby. I went to the hospital to help with the milk, but when I get there, I saw the mother, and I just realized I say I don't need to give her milk because many people already gave her the milk. I'm gonna give her water, and the water's me helping her, and all the spots she has as well is being like dry. And the mother keep telling me, "Oh, thank you, God gonna bless you." I know she don't have condition to buy the water because she didn't have any condition to buy a bottle of the milk. Yes, the water can help them. So that's a say. Give yourself chance to get one of these products. You can help another people.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Thank you,
You're
Milanka. Yeah,
welcome.
Awesome. Thanks for
thank you.
sharing.
Uh,
Leroy, I'm not making you envy, but it's really hot.
I'm
Still
so
there.
it,
happy. I'm so,
it,
so happy.
I'm going upstairs. There's air conditioner, but here
I'm
Yeah.
it's hot.
so, so, so happy.
it's actually hot here
Yeah.
today, funny enough. So it is hot here today, but nowhere in comparison for sure.
Now we have Lily, New York.
Okay,
All
guys,
right.
take care.
Okay,
See you
thank
Thank
later.
you,
you.
Milanka.
Thank
Thanks
Thank
for
you
you.
very
listening.
much.
Welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you, Milanka.
Milanka. Lily, can you open your microphone, please? Um,
You hearing you, Lily?
I'm going to call her, okay?
Okay. All right. So while you're trying to get
Okay.
hold of Lily, I'm just going to share real quick. What got me really um, totally over the edge with this product. I've had this really aggravating pain in my hip that's been going on for years, and I never really had any health challenges to write home about until I hit my 50s, and it was like all of these different pains. Like I couldn't even spell the word sciatica. I didn't even know what it meant, and I started to get all these pains and stuff like that. And this one pain that just wouldn't leave me. It's like it wants to me and it to be friend, and I don't want to be no friend with pain. And I've been getting to the physio. I've been going to the chiropractor, and still nothing. I still can't get this rid of this pain. And one thing when I was going to the UK, I was really excited about trying the product, not knowing how it would affect me and my pain. I was actually thinking more about my dad. But anyway, long story short, I started drinking my water with this product. I got my water bottle. I was ready, and just realized I was speaking to somebody, and I said, you know what? That pain that normally, really affects me, and it really hits me sometimes. Sometimes I'm in church and I can't even stand. I literally have to sit down. That's how bad it is. I have not, since being on this product, been anywhere near the level of pain that I've been prior to taking this product. And that alone, talking about the price, is this worth the price? And it's not even expensive. But if it was double the price, I would gladly have paid for it. And the flight there and back. It was worth it 100%. So that is my story and I'm sticking to it. Do we have Lily? Is she ready?
She
If
said
not,
yes, but I see her camera close,
okay.
microphone.
All right. Well, Lily, you've got couple of more minutes. If there's anybody else want to quickly share, because I don't want to take this series too
Hello.
long because.
Hello, Lily.
Yes, can
Oh,
you hear me?
Yes.
wonderful. Yes.
Oh, how are you?
Oh, good.
Okay.
Great.
I want to give my testimony.
All right.
When
Can
I
you share your
had,
screen, your
oh,
camera? Is it possible?
to open my
If not,
screen.
your
Yeah.
your your video. Are you able to come on video? If not, no problem. No pressure.
Okay. Hello?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're here.
Okay. Uh, sorry. My name is Lily from Staten Island, New York. When I heard about this product, so I ordered the big one from Natalia. So I started giving it to, I have my neighbor who is 86 years old. She had 2 strokes, 2 attacks of strokes. She's hypertensive, diabetic, and she just came from the nursing home. So I decided to be giving the water to her. So the first thing I did after listening to the lectures on how to calculate the body weight, I went to her, I asked her body weight. It was in pounds, converted it to kilograms, 2.2. So after I've estimated everything, her body weight, I decided to be giving her the water from my own equipment that I got. So as I was giving her the water 1 month, 2 months, she was in a wheelchair, then from wheelchair to walker, walker to cane. Now I'm telling you, she even spoke to Natalia the last time. I'm so sorry because only just now Natalia told me that, I'm going to give testimony. I should have gone to her house for her to give. She can clean for herself, cook for herself. Oh my God. She can't believe. So her niece came to visit her. When the niece saw the improvement of her auntie, then the auntie told her about this equipment. So the niece called me. I went to her. I explained everything. She bought. She's in upstate. So this woman, I thank God for her life. She's doing most of the things for herself. And for me also, when I bought this, when I bought the water, when I started drinking the water, I make sure that I am not using any other water. I noticed, my skin. I even sent my picture to Natalia to compare the two pictures before drinking the water and after. Wherever I go, people will ask me, I'm almost 73, but they will say, you are telling lies. Your skin is so nice. Then I tell them about the water. And apart from the skin, medically, like when the minerals in the water that has magnesium, you will have frequent bowel movement. It is not diarrhea, but normal. Because as you age, constipation is the problem. But so far, that old woman, no more constipation because she was always constipated. They will be calling me, the daughters, today, nothing. The same to me. And, even if you are heavyweight, like, oh, you are obese. It reduces the fat in your body. It helps the kidney, especially, going to the bathroom all the time. Because before I used to fast and I had like stones, but I decided not to do anything. With this water, everything is cleared up. And about 9 people already have bought the equipment. And, more people. The last month, I got 2 people who came. The one had problem with her stomach. The cousin is in upstate. The cousin has arthritis that she cannot walk anymore. She's very young, maybe 40 something. But with this arthritis, chronic arthritis, she cannot move her hands. She cannot do anything for herself. So she came, she told me. I made her to talk to Natalia. So I decided to send the small equipment for her. Then, normally what I do, if the person is not with me, I try to talk with the person, then just ask her body weight. Because what I noticed, the water is good. The water is performing good things. But if you don't go according to the right thing, like the body weight is very important. If you know the body weight, the liters you should take every day is very important. Some people don't like taking water. So when you calculate their water, you have to explain to them, like, start taking it 200 ml. After 10 minutes, you rest, you take, once they start that, they get used to it. The system gets used to it. They will be calling, oh my God, I'm taking the water now every time, Then the other important thing which I observe is the cleaning. Because, when you keep the instruments in the water for 2 weeks, after that, it becomes like slippery, very, very slippery like that. So if you don't know how to clean it, or you don't explain to them, you don't tell them when they will be changing the water, they will just think, okay, I put it in my container. I'll just be putting my distilled water or my water from my tap. That will not work. So I used to explain to them every 2 weeks. For this old woman, I always go to change her water to make sure I wash the equipment with salt, bicarb, lime or lemon. I explain to her, but I do it for her because she's just opposite me. For the others, I explain. And I write the date they started. So when they have to change, I call them and remind them. So far, I thank God, all the people that have bought this equipment from Natalia through me, they are okay. Back pain, stones, diabetic. This woman has stopped taking her meds. When they do her early test, her blood works, everything is good. So her daughters, the others, they are planning to come and buy. But some people, they want to buy, but they want to see results. And I don't know, the financial problem. So what I tell them, if you put installment, if you want the equipment, you start putting, like, if the small one, you put your 50 after whatever amount. Yes, when you have finished paying, then I give. So they are doing like that. So I'm very, it's not only the business, but it's the medical part of it. It's healing people. It's very good. Even my eyesight, they were telling I have cataract, which is not matured. Then I have glaucoma. I'm telling you, since I started taking that water, washing my eyes, putting the water in my eyes, I stopped the eye drops because the side effect is just too much. The last time I went, I could read the last numbers. Then the doctor said, oh, the eye drop is doing so good. Don't stop taking your eye drop. I said, okay. I never said anything because in America, you can't explain things like that, it's hard. So I just said yes. So I thank God for this company. I thank God for Natalia and Sumani or all the others, that when they got this, they didn't keep it to themselves. They try to explain to people and they are helping people. And my next target is to take it to Sierra Leone. I'm going this year by God's grace. And I've contacted people because I've sent some the small ones, but I told them to keep until I come because I don't want people to make mistakes or they don't go according to the thing. Then they will say, oh, it doesn't work. It works, but it depends on how you are doing it, you know. So I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I pray that they will go to Sierra Leone and will help people.
Thank you, Lily. Thank
Wonderful.
you. Lily have a lot of testimony. Okay.
Yeah.
We can show you picture next time.
Yes.
Next Monday. I'll tell my son to put it. We can share it with, and they can see how you was now, how you are. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We have Augusta want to say something. Yeah, Augusta, open your microphone and be short because we are 8 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because
yeah.
she's been in Paris, we want to know what is happening there.
Yes.
Okay, share it.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
I just want to thank God, first of all, thank God, and thank Natalia for, I have to say, persistent, because when she was telling me about the water, I don't believe I say water was. And every time I call this lady, yes, talking about water, what I say, she cannot say anything anymore. Yes, water. What kind of water? And I said, Natalia, you want to tell me I start going to start selling water? I said, no, it's not about selling water. It's some water like this and this. Take me like 3 months. I said, let me listen to this lady. And I just want to thank Natalia and thank God. Just to see my granddaughter without asthma, that's for me is amazing.
Yeah.
It's not me. I don't have problem of selling. I'm proud of you guys, everybody. Not Reloy and Glenn, Milanka, what's name?
Lily.
Everyone
is here.
Carmen. They believe. They listen to me. They believe and they try. Now they are doing well. I'm happy for that. It's not about money. I'm so happy. That's why I cannot stop talking about this water. That's why they say I wish to talk to everybody. I know you. I don't know you. I have to talk.
Yeah.
I just thank Natalia. I don't know, because I used to do security job. I'm a midwife, retired midwife. I used to do security job. I'm doing security job. I mean, because when I'm sitting down, my feet swollen. I stand. I don't know how to do it. Since I started doing this water, nothing. My knee is not paining anymore. Natalia can see me. We together all the time. Now I don't have any knee pain. No pains in my feet, no swollen, no anything anymore. Even my eyes improved. Before I was suffering too much because I have eyes problem. Now I don't, sometimes I forget I have to put my eye drop because of this water. That's why I just
Fantastic.
Thank you, Augusta. Thank you.
It's me to thank you. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless you, Natalia.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Bring this water to my house. She said, I bring you, I bring you health and money. I say, well done. You bring me health and money, sit down. I thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
God bless you.
Okay, Leroy.
Yes.
I want to say something for you. Today, you was show a picture in a group. I said you wasn't have the heart. I said this guy now is more young. The face was showing. So this is very good, because sometimes I tell people, if you drink this water for 1 week or 2, I know if you are drink it properly, and you showing you are drinking it very well.
God bless you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone in this call.
Thank you. Glenn, I want to hear from Glenn. Glenn, I want to hear something from Glenn.
Well, we can leave Glenn for Thursday if not, because I want to wrap up with showing the money side.
Okay,
So
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so on Thursday we want to have as many testimonials as we can get, and you guys want to be on the Thursday call for that. So, but I do want to cover the money side today. I know we're just over the hour mark, so I'm just not gonna go into full blown detail, but I'm gonna touch base on some of that. So
Okay.
let me just go back to the PowerPoint real quick, and we will wrap up. I like to call these Money Mondays, where we talk some money. It's a swear word for some people, but not for me. So you guys should still see the slides. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna just wrap up on this. Actually, the video, but I'll play it on Thursday. But again, like you heard so many testimonials of people who, without a shadow of a doubt, guys, this product is not on trial. This company's been around 22 years and thousands of testimonials around the world. And now you're hearing some of them. If this dog could speak, he'll probably tell you this water is the best thing out there. You can see some before and afters there. And what about, if so people that do agriculture, right? We know people who are farmers. And again, 40% more produce by adding the water to their soil. I mean, come on, guys, this is huge. So imagine people that in the agriculture industry want to get more out of their crops. This is something that is doing that. So again, quite a game changer there. So my friends, I'm in the next couple of minutes. I'm going to skip this video. I'll play it the next time out. But as we're talking about a great product, without a doubt, we have a great product. It creates by default a great business. Okay, and so magnetized water, as we've heard from many people, is essential for our health. Everybody needs it, and it's a product of prime necessity. And I did change the wording, and I don't know why it's gone back to that. Anyway, let's have a look here. So again, I'm just going to quickly touch base on the money side and what we have here for those of you that want to lock arms with us and share this. My friends, I spend many years in the financial world, and that industry is great. It has its highs, it has its lows, but I'll tell you this: I've joined many businesses this year, online businesses that look like they have a lot of potential, and every single one of them, my friends, bar none, that I have joined personally, have had problems. To this day, in the what day we at? 9th of March 2026. The only one that has not had any problems, that has actually put money in my pocket and not taken money out of my pocket, is what you're looking at today. So guys, this is real as it can be. So this is a proposal for those of you who are interested in sharing this with other people. There's two sides to our business. We have the element if you want to build a network, a distribution network through your family and friends and people that you don't know, like Augusta, she'll talk to anyone. And guys, when you start drinking this water, I'm talking to people I wouldn't typically talk to, because I'm a profile of somebody who may be into the financial markets and stuff like that. Guys, everybody drinks water, so the market is just wide open. Now, the other thing is that we do retail sales. People that want the product. So they may not want to do the business, but they want the product. So we need more people that can help lock our arms. And guys, the floor is wide open. You would have think a company after 22 years, there'll be no room. Guys, there's so much room, it's not even funny. Everybody can do phenomenally well. Don't care which country you're in. We are literally scratching the scratch of the surface, if to coin a phrase. So team building is one way. Building a network, referral marketing, network marketing, that kind of thing. All right. It's an industry that's been around forever, and it's very, very lucrative, as some of you may already know. And again, the product sales, sharing it with friends and family. So you get permanent income through your efforts and leveraging your network, or your network, as Robert Kiyosaki would say, or Rich Dad Poor Dad, he would say your network is your net worth. Yeah. Your net worth is your network. So the two are synonymous with each other. Okay, you build a big enough network, you'll wake up in the morning and your business has grown. You had nothing to do with it. This is where we call leverage which is something that the rich do very well. You know, they'll be traveling all around the world and they will still be earning money, okay, anywhere they are. So let's just show you real quick. There's the referral model where somebody decides to join you in the business at the lowest level, which is the silver package. You'll earn $87.50. At the gold package, $175, and at the higher level, it's $350. Okay, and guys, excuse me, I just realized this slide is still showing the old numbers, but I'm gonna still crack through real quick. Okay, you can share this with people. We're not talking about you doing presentations. We're talking about you sharing information. We have information, we have videos, we have previous recordings, webinars, shorts. You can share it with somebody. You can get a taste done. Somebody wants to sample a bottle, they can try the product. Many different ways, and somebody can have touch points to understand what we're doing here. And so out of that, some people may be interested in buying the product, or some people may be interested in coming on board and partnering up with you as a franchisee. So we have a different model on how people join. Okay, and this is just again another example. If you're sharing this with a couple of people a day, and out of that you end up with 5, this is on the big product. We have 2 sizes, we have the mega and we have the mini. So after you do 5 purchases on the mega, the price actually that you get it for, you actually start making more money on. There's more money in the pot. So let's say you did this is your numbers. You once a week you made a sell for the 4 weeks, and if you did that, you'll end up making $600 for the month. Okay, that may be a car note payment, right? That may be something to go towards a holiday, maybe to go towards whatever, right? You do maybe 3 in a week, you're ending up making $1,800. And so this is US dollars. We have one in euros, but this is US dollars. $1,800 that you'll be making. And if you did 5 in a week, you'll be making 2,400 just on one product, guys. I'm not talking about the whole business here. I'm just talking about retail sales on one product, which is the mega. Okay, you have the mini product as well, and you have the other sides of our business. There's actually 6 different income streams attached to what we do here. Okay, so we have a franchise model, and I believe I've got the old numbers here. So I'm going to stop the share right there, guys. There's a lot more information there. Whoever's invited you on, please get back in touch with them and just ask them, you know, where are they? Take their temperature. Are they interested in trying the product, becoming a product, getting a product into their hands, into their household? You've heard the testimonials today. And like I said, we could go on forever. There's so many people that could share for the whole hour straight on their exposure to this product. Or you may be interested in earning an income with us, and you know people, loved ones that are around you. Unfortunately, like I said, in the last 2 weeks alone, I've been to 2 funerals, and this is not something I look forward to, but it's just unfortunately what is happening out there. People are succumbing to things that are way something that you would expect people way up in their age to experience in their 90s or even more, not in their 50s or less. But this is what's happening, my friends. So this for me is a mission. I want to share this with as many people I can speak to. And if you want to join us on the journey, please get forward in touch with whoever's invited you on and be part of what we're doing here. It's literally a great opportunity. It's a great company, and the financial rewards are there aplenty. So with that, my friends, I'm going to call it a wrap. I will have this recording out tonight, as soon as, probably within an hour, and then whoever couldn't make it, share it with them. We'll do this again, my friends, on Thursday, where we will be sharing a lot of testimonials. I'll be having some video testimonials as well. So guys, with that said, have a fantastic rest of the night. Take care, God bless, and make sure you are drinking your water. All right?
Thank
All the
you.
best, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Leroy.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Leroy.
Thank you.
Thank